I am really glad to be with you here this pleasant morning. Heera has got a very big campus, and as engineers, in the making, the students, you are in the process of training your brain to think logically. So there are only two simple ways to live green. That is, the first one is measure what you consume and look for efficient and alternate technologies to improve the efficiency. Like we have preference for organic food products, we need to have preference for environment-friendly products. Organic rice, at present it costs around 100 per kg in Kerala compared to 35 per kg for the regular variety of rice. So the cost is a little high for the organic or eco-friendly products, but as and when the usage goes or the requirement, more people when they start consuming these eco-friendly products, the cost is cost will definitely come down. The average increase in global warming in the last century was around 0.7 degrees. But given the current state of world development, this could go up to 6% in the current century as predicted by IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The development of green manufacturing and green consumerism has proven to be recession resilient, as it is all about sustainability. Humanity uses ecological services 1.5 times as quickly as the earth can renew them. One of this year's Padma Shri Award went to Mr. Jadhav, who created around 1,360 acres of forest in Assam. So there lies the importance of the governmental support for people who are really promoting the green activities. So recently, PricewaterhouseCoopers, the auditing agency, they have found that 88% of the new job seekers, they choose employers based on very strong CSR values, that is corporate social responsibility. Their finding is that 86% would consider leaving their employers if the employers they are not having good CSR values. The imperative to stretch resources ever further will make sustainability a central design principle for the winning corporations of the future. Sustainable development is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The term greenwashing refers to all industries that adopt outwardly green acts with an underlying purpose to increase profits. So it is like window dressing. So they don't have any genuine intentions, but they say they are green. So we should denounce such companies. And they've heard about Make in India campaign. We must be alert that other countries don't set up obsolete tech industries here. Greedy companies embed planned obsolescence in their products. So such kind of products fail after a period of time, and there won't be any parts available to replace. So there are many examples, even like some mobile phones, laptop batteries, etc. So like after the warranty period, they will start showing some problems, and we don't find any replacement. So that is the companies they embed the obsolescence in the design stages. So that is a new trend going on, but that is not an eco-friendly practice which we should encourage. So we should identify companies following such practices, and we should blacklist them, and we should not even buy products from such companies. So planned obsolescence is is totally an unbeginning concept. Okay. So now I will quickly touch upon the latest, some of the green trends I came across in various branches of engineering which are offered in this college. So let me start with civil engineering. So your parent group is Heera Constructions, and I am nobody to talk on civil engineering trends in their college, because they follow the green trends very actively, and that is one of the reasons why they are in the industry, and they are leading in the industry as well. So Heera's new apartment project is named Atmosphere. So it is located in Pattam. So I like the tagline they use, someday all buildings will be made this way. So that is their tagline. So you are very fortunate to be associated with such a group having a very good vision like that. So they are giving leading vision to the other people to follow. So Heera Group introduced Vastu-based construction in realty sector in India. So Vastu is a totally green concept. So your chairman is also a trained and qualified Vastu engineer. I remember his famous quote, "Upagaram cheyidillenkilum upadravikkaruthu." He used to quote this in all interviews. So which is quite relevant in the context of eco-friendly construction practices. So his growth story is an inspiration to many in the industry. So when you get time, watch a video in YouTube. So that is a person called Gary Chang. His video is titled Domestic Transformer. So what he did is, Hong Kong is one of the costliest urban areas in the world. So the living space there, an average family has only 350 square foot of apartment compared to around 1,500 in Kerala. So this Gary Chang, what he did is he introduced a particular design. So he introduced the concept of moving walls and foldable beds and chairs, and that is a remarkable example in saving space in costly urban areas. So how he is doing that? Watch the video Domestic Transformer in YouTube. In constructions, make facilities as small as possible. Make conveyor lines as small as possible, so it consumes less water and energy. Buildings today account for 40% of the world's energy use. The resulting carbon emissions are substantially higher than those of the transportation sector. Mineral, vegetable or animal materials such as perlite, vermiculite, rock wool, glass wool, plant fibers can be used for the production of insulation panels. So these are totally green materials. Use geothermal energy, solar and wind power. Use water harvesting techniques to recharge groundwater levels. As the number of apartments or the flats increase in the urban areas, we are soon going to face a shortage of groundwater levels. So the groundwater level is drastically coming down. So unless we have very serious plans about recharging the groundwater level, we are going to face serious water shortage in the cities. So use smart, leaner methods that makes profit. Global warming concerns of the people will drive the response of governments, drive taxation changes and regulation. Consumers as well as investors will be sensitive to these things. Go for carbon credits and trading. Think about ways to increase the lifespan of buildings. So it is said that an average, the lifespan of the structure of an apartment is about 100 years. But the walls and other part will, will not last that longer. It may probably have a span of about 50 years. So we need to think about ways to increase the lifespan. It should be noted that 7% of the carbon dioxide emitted worldwide comes from the usage of concrete. Half of this is emitted in the process of cooking ingredients for preparing concrete, and the other half is generated when concrete is mixed with water in the process of building. New kind of concrete called E3, that is E-CRETE. It's a composite and it uses ashes from power plants and plastic waste, and this generates only half of the amount of carbon dioxide. Reduce emissions of greenhouse gases, thereby increasing the air quality and has health benefits. Go for green ratings for buildings. Heera's projects got 7-star rating, which is the highest in the industry. So that's a good model to follow for the other builders. Vertical farming, smart cities, etc. are other emerging concepts in the industry. So moving to mechanical engineering, use energy efficient machine designs. Autonomous and driverless vehicles are already tested and ready for commercial use. So elevated aircraft wing tips reduce drag from wingtip vortices, thereby saving 3 to 7% of fuel. So if you look at long distance aircrafts, the aircraft wing will be like this, but for long distance aircraft you can see the tip of the wing will be like this. So this change, it reduces the drag from the wingtip, right? So and the simple design change is saving around 3 to 7% of the fuel. And instead of Rankine cycle, so it's a method used in steam turbine. So a typical steam turbine consists of boiler, turbine and condenser. So instead of Rankine cycle, use a combined cycle, that is gas plus Rankine cycle. It's called the Brayton cycle, and that Brayton that is introduced, that is nowadays used in Trivandrum thermal power plant. So it uses a mix of diesel and naphtha for power generation, and this Brayton cycle generates the maximum power output. So that has been proved. We now have waste heat recovery boilers. In this, the exhaust gas output from gas turbines are used in the generation of steam for subsequent consumption. Then on milling, 5-axis milling for spherical surfaces is new. In addition to the XYZ axis, additional 2 virtual axes are set in CNC machines which aid in milling. In computer integrated manufacturing and flexible manufacturing systems, the central computer decides tool movement, thereby achieving higher throughput. In fluid mechanics, viscous fluid equation of motion is now Navier-Stokes equation compared to Euler's equation. Usage of smart materials, that is for example the shape memory alloys that can remember state, is frequently used nowadays as triggers to start the sprinklers in fire alarm systems, controllers for hot water valves in showers or coffee machines. Direct energy conversion systems are getting popular. Example, thermionic conversion systems, where heat energy is converted directly to electrical rather than the usage of steam turbines. Other trends are thermoelectric systems, where DC current is generated based on a heat differential. So the DC current generated is stored in some kind of inverter, and it will be converted to AC for subsequent use. So moving to electronics engineering, the efforts taken by consumer electronics industry to reduce harmful effects on the environment include the usage of non-toxic materials, consuming less energy, and recycling and reuse of the old products. Restriction of hazardous substances and waste electrical and electronic equipment are 2 regulations that are obligatory in the Europe continent, while in other parts of the world strict laws are yet to be enforced. Processes such as vitrification involves the melting of waste material with glass forming additives so that the final glassy product immobilizes the waste material, trapping the lead and other dangerous elements inside the glass. The US Environmental Protection Agency has declared vitrification to be the best demonstrated available technology for heavy metals and high-level radioactive waste. People are already considering export of hazardous chemicals as payload to distant and probable unusable planets. Energy star ratings are nowadays mandatory for consumer appliances. At present, around 3 to 5 lakh investment is required to set up a solar panel on the rooftop to run an ordinary home air conditioner. Dissolvable electronics or transit electronics is an emerging green concept. From the earliest days of electronics industry, a key design goal has been to build devices that last forever with completely stable performance. But nowadays that is not the practice. So transient technologies utilizes soluble conductors and dielectrics using materials like magnesium and magnesium oxide substrate, silk, silicon, etc. The substrate can provide a wide range of electronic components, wireless transmission systems and sensors. This has applications in surgery to monitor the healing process, and after that a particular period of time, the particular circuit board will get dissolved into the human body. Drones, are used these days for unmanned aerial surveys, video shootings and retail delivery. 3D printing, bioprinting, etc. are new concepts gaining popularity. Bioprinting means you can print your cells of the body, even the organs of the body also can be printed and can be printed in the body. So these are some of the new trends which are either in research or into the commercial use. Near field communication allows for two-way data communication with nearby devices, and ultra-low power chips can harvest energy in the environment, which will put computable entities just about anywhere you can think of. So the ultra-low power chips will help in embedding the computational devices in any device, any object, like for example, the fruits you purchase or any items you purchase. So there will be a computational element within that, and using using the computational power, you can track the movement, track the consumption, and you can think about various developments which can come if we make use of this technology. So now I discuss about electrical engineering. All are looking for clean energy. The major challenge is in increasing the storage power of batteries and quick recharge technologies. Prior to the development of coal in the mid-19th century, nearly all energy used was renewable. Access to cheap energy has become essential to the functioning of modern economies. However, the uneven distribution of fossil fuel supplies among countries and the critical need to widely access energy resources has led to significant vulnerabilities. Threats to global energy security include political instability of energy producing countries, manipulation of energy supplies, competition over energy sources, attacks on supply infrastructure as well as accidents. The Fukushima nuclear accident in Japan have brought new attention to how national energy systems are vulnerable to natural disasters. Globally, the long-term technical potential of wind energy is believed to be 5 times the total current global energy production, or 40 times the current electricity demand, assuming all practical barriers needed were overcome. This would require wind turbines to be installed over large areas, particularly in areas of higher wind resources such as offshore, that is in the sea. As offshore wind speeds average approximately 90% greater than that of land, so offshore resources can contribute substantially more energy than land station turbines. And on to computer engineering, services like OLX, a famous site in India, helps in selling unwanted items, thereby reducing wastage. Bring your own device, work from home, telecommuting and virtualization are already practiced by industry these days. Everything we interact with will become a computable entity with the advent of Internet of Things. Rather than storing and processing information using miniature transistors contained in silicon chips, quantum computers work with data using quantum mechanical states of subatomic particles. Due to the peculiarity of quantum mechanics, each quantum computing qubit can store a value of both 1 and 0 simultaneously, thereby allowing quantum computers to move beyond the limitations of binary processing. The hardware protection schemes will only get better. Soon enough, every computer device you can use will have a hardware or software protection solution running within itself. While servers and storage have benefited from software abstractions, networks have remained hardware bound and static, making them a major roadblock to cloud computing. Software-defined networking is a software layer over switch and router hardware that allows cloud providers and independent software vendors to build new networking capabilities the rest of us can consume. In the future, there will be no touch interfaces. You see the monitor and the monitor sees you, and by gestures it will do the task. Computers as a device by itself will disappear eventually. They are embedded invisibly into the web of things, into no-touch interfaces and in your daily life like wearable devices. 90% of internet traffic by 2017 will be of video content. We at OWASP is trying to make your life secure by making it visible the potential security vulnerabilities that are present in the applications of information technology. OWASP activities enable safer online business, thereby saving precious resources and gave community efforts a new definition. Neutrinos can be embedded with binary code and can be beamed for faster data transmission. So almost all the countries are heavily investing on this technology. The optical fiber systems have kind of reached their limit. So in Tamil Nadu, in the Theni district, the government of India is conducting experiment on neutrinos. So the challenges in that experiment is you have to beam the neutrino to a far distance, and for reception you need to have higher capacity receptors. So those are the challenges which are faced. But we can hope that those challenges will be sorted out or alternate mechanisms will come. But neutrinos are the next thing next thing after optical fiber communication. And on general science, the use of nanotechnology, atomic level proteins in materials cause much reduction in surface friction. Nuclear energy is a necessity for a power-starved nation like India. Abundance of helium-3 in moon is the reason behind lunar mission race. Now every country wants a piece of moon because of the presence of helium-3. Helium-3 is very scarce in the earth, but the moon has an abundance of that. So it is said that 1 ton of helium-3 can store all the energy needs of the planet for 1 year. So that is the power of helium-3. So I am sure the paper presentations during these days will deliberate on most of the points we discussed. Widely recognized eco-labels such as European Union Flower and Energy Star should be promoted here as well. We all need to have a frugal mindset. Doing more with less should become a trend. Repair is better than recycling. Repair teaches engineering. Western countries have a long tradition of inventiveness in hard times, demonstrated during the Second World War. Let us not wait for another war to be invented. This is an interesting world. Dream about a world which is green. Eco-friendly technologies have higher initial investment, less operational cost, and payback period is very attractive. We only have a very short window of opportunity. History says developed countries polluted themselves first in the process of creating employment, and then they cleaned it again for creating further employment. Let us not repeat it. What gets measured gets managed. Start thinking out of the box and never go by set patterns. We borrowed the planet from next generation rather than inheriting from past generations. So we must be accountable in returning it much better than what we got. We cannot copy the designs of developed countries as it has been proved unsustainable. Let me quote an anecdote from Gandhiji's life. He was once asked by a British person how much it would take for India to achieve the quality of Britain and the same level of prosperity. So what Gandhiji replied is, it took almost half of the planet for Britain to reach its prosperity. So think how many planets India would need going by that logic. Okay? So leave this planet in good shape for generations. Future is in your hands. Live green, buy green, and recycle responsibly. So thank you once again, and I wish this seminar all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have paper presentations here in the main seminar hall and the CE seminar hall. Thank you.